Hello YouTube, St Bob here of St Bob's YouTube channel. This is going to be a tutorial on the crafting skill tailoring, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to very basically talk you through the some of the starting aspects of tailoring, what you can kind of expect from tailoring, and some of the unique features that it has. So without further ado, what we really need to do is start gathering some scrap cloth. So I'm going to open the resources tab here, and we're going to go and we're going to traverse this mounting of junk, and there does seem to be a ton of junk here, and there we go, some scrap cloth. Now I've got to be honest, to start as a tailor and be a solo person doing tailoring only is really hard. And I don't mean that to level it up or to get new recipes or anything like that is hard. It's the fact that, well, I'll show you in a second. Once I've got 4 stacks, and I've got a stack of 4 of this scrap cloth, I will show you exactly the reason why it's hard. So I wouldn't, right off the bat, I wouldn't recommend this for new players. I wouldn't recommend doing this if you're a solo player, unless you have some really good friends or some close neighbours that are willing to trade you tons of baskets. So let's take a look. Let's go into our packs and let's open our cloth pack. You can see what inventory I have there. This is my inventory. I've got 4 tools in there, which is what you get as a tailor, just to start with. And we've gathered 4 pieces of cloth. So let's right click and sort. And right away, just one piece of scrap cloth has took up 4 spaces of my inventory. And there we go. Let's just get rid of all of these. So there we go, I'm now full. I'm completely full, which is not great. And again, you know, this is where the kind of the OCD comes in, where people like to have hundreds of baskets, have them all colour coordinated, have them all material coordinated, and that's great, that's fantastic, that's some really neat organisational skills, but you know, you can't do that unless you've got the baskets, and unfortunately if you don't start with basketry, then it's really hard. So let's just forget about that now. Let's look at how we go about creating stuff with tailoring. So what we need to do is we need to have a look at the armour first to see what it is we actually need to create, and I will show you a little bit to see if I'm lucky enough to get any of these rare items, like, you know, the screws and the zipper, and let's have a look, there we go, metal decoration, things like that. But for now, let's look at making something that we don't actually need all that stuff with, which, if I remember rightly, we can do the trucky gorget or the gaiters, and we could do the apprentice cloth helm. So let's just stick with this, the apprentice cloth helm. It's the easiest one, one of the easiest ones to do. So let's do that. So what we need is we need shears, we need a needle, we need some cloth fabric, and we actually need some thread. So we haven't got any thread, so let's have a look at what we need to make thread. Thread here is a tailoring material, and we need cloth scraps. So what we can do is we can actually get rid of these cloth scraps, but we're not going to have space. So we need to get rid of one at least, just to give us one space to put it in. So let's have a look. There we go. And what I'm going to do, because we don't need cloth scrap for anything else right now, I'm just going to use up all this cloth scrap, and I'm going to free up some space in the inventory. Should give us an extra 3 or 4 spaces. So there we go. Oh, and I've learnt to craft a new item. That was quick, that was easy. So from just actually creating 40-50 pieces of thread, I've learnt how to craft a new item, which is the trucky knee pads, which is great because that's something else we can create. So now we've got the thread, we've got the fabric, we've got the shears, and we've got the needle. Let's start populating those, and let's make the apprentice craft helm. There we go. So we've got it there. Okay, so let's look at actually putting that on our inventory, on our character. So we can left click and we can drop it on our head, or drop it on the body, anywhere on that screen there will actually populate it and put it in the right place, or you can just put it in the slides, doesn't really make any difference. So that's great, we've got that put on, and if we put free camera mode on, we can actually zoom right in. Okay, let's turn that right there, that's a bit better in too. Oh, that's not too bad. Type of raider kind of look, I like that, it's pretty cool. So that's great. So let's look at making some of the stuff that we need. That's not going to require any of this rare stuff that we need to scavenge for, just for now. Oh, the gorget, we can do that. So we actually need for this one, we've got the fabric still, we've got the thread because we've created tons, and we need cloth strap. So let's have a look at what cloth strap needs. A cloth strap requires cloth scrap and thread. So we've got one piece of thread left. We've got tons of thread, sorry, we've got one piece of cloth scrap left, we've got the shears and we've got the thread, so let's see if we can create a cloth strap. There we go, and we actually get 4 pieces, and if you notice that I actually used a blue material, I can't remember what material it was cobalt, there we go, so it was cobalt, and it actually turned my cloth strap that I created into cobalt blue colour. Which is great because you can actually use these to colour items. So let's have a look at what we're going to create. I think it was the gorget. There we go. So we've got a needle, we've got the shears, we've got the thread. So we've got the cobalt strap, we've got the cobalt nylon cloth fabric, and we have the thread. So let's see if we can actually create this and make it blue. I'm hoping I'm going to prove myself right. There we go. So you can see now it's blue in the icon. So in theory, we should put this in and it should be blue. There we go. And if we look, it's actually blue at the front, which is great. So there we go. So it does allow a little bit of customization. And if I remember rightly, we did actually create a new recipe. Oh, there we go. We've got some braces. So we've done the gorget. We've done the cloth apprentice cloth helm. We could do the gaiters. Let's do the gaiters while we're here. So shears, needle, 2 pieces of cloth strap, 1 piece of cloth fabric, and 1 thread. Let's see if we can create these. Crafting failed. That does happen from time to time, so don't get too disheartened by that. It's one of those things, it does happen. While we're here, we can't do that one because we need 2 fabric, and the 2 fabric needs to be the same. So whenever you see the icon here and it has 0/2 or 0 out of 2, you actually need 2 of the same material fabric. So we'll have to actually now go and see if we can get some more, because we do need some more cloth scraps as well. So we'll put them there, we'll put the materials there, let's just do a little bit of reorganisation. There we go, and now let's start looking for some cloth. So I'll leave the free camera on, it's a bit annoying, but it doesn't really matter. There we go. Let's see if we can find anything. Cloth, come on cloth, here cloth. And while we're here, let's see if we can do a little bit of scavenging. There we go, while we're walking around trying to find some cloth. 9 times out of 10, until you actually level your scavenging up, you will receive that message. But once in a while you are quite lucky and you do find something useful. There we go, you've uncovered something useful, junk plastic, which isn't anything useful because I could have gathered that anyway. Just like normal scrap cloth, you can get scrap plastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another stack of 4, and we can stand here and we can do everything we need to do here. We don't need to be in the safety of our tribe area. I can't see anybody around, and I think we'll be fine. So let's pick all these up. Come on. There we go. Lovely. Okay, so let's quickly sort all these out into our inventory. I don't think we're going to have all that much space, to be fair. there we go. We've got one. We need to make some more straps, sorry, so let's make some cloth strap while we're here. There we go. Cobalt. Can we stack those? I don't think we can. No, so they do only stack kind of 4. That's fine. Okay, and we'll do that one. Do the red ones. There we go. And we're still needing 2 pieces of fabric, so let's keep on sorting. Oh, we don't have enough room, so we need to get rid of some of this stuff. We don't need that junk. In fact, we do need junk plastic for one thing. Oh, we need 2. So we can get rid of that for now. We don't need to worry about too much on that. Okay, so this is basically what I mean by the not having enough room. You're needing certain items, but you don't actually have enough space to be able to do everything, which is why basket is really useful and tailoring is really hard to do. So let's have a look. There we go. We're not having enough room, are we? Nope. Okay, let's have a look. Let's just create some of these and just to free up some space. So we should end up with blue trucky knee pads. There we go. So let's open our inventory, our character. Let's click, put them on there, and you can see that I should now have blue. If you can see properly, the camera angle's a bit weird. But yeah, there you go. You can see them they're on my knees, and you can see that they're kind of blue, maybe a little bit green as well. I don't know. Can you see? I think they're a bit bluey green, something like that. There we go. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll pause the video, and as soon as I get enough fabric to do all this, we can continue. Okay then, so let's take a look. I've managed to get a few materials. Didn't take me too long actually, it took me about 5 minutes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a couple of items here. I'm going to try to. So let's put these in here. I'm going to create some gaiters, and I think these are like the arms, arm protection. So let's have a look, see if we can actually create this without failing. I hope so. Oh no, we failed that one. So that's not too much of a problem. We do have spares. Let's have a look, see if we can do this one again. Put the tools back in. There we go. Come on. Ooh, there we go. So we've got some tricky gaiters. I like those. That's a cool sound. There we go. Oh, my bad. They're not the arms at all. Oh dear. And they are actually the leg protection, which look, I don't know. I mean, what do they look like? They look pretty cool, but I'm guessing they look a bit silly because I don't have any other pieces of armour that are in comparison to that. So, okay, so they're the trucky gaiters, and very quickly let's see what else I can create. The bracers, this is what we wanted, the bracers. So let's have a look. We've got 2 pieces of the same fabric there, look, the 2 red ones, 2 crimson acrylic, and some thread. So let's see if we can do this without failing. I hope so, because it took a while. Oh, and it would do, wouldn't it? It would do. But basically, guys, that is the very basics of it, and it is quite straightforward, quite simple, but I wouldn't consider this to be a solo man or solo woman as idea of a decent skill to take, unless you are keen on trading for baskets constantly, or unless you are going to be part of a tribe, because you need baskets. It makes life so much easier, and I'm sure that it's not just tailoring, it's other skills as well that you do need to have baskets in, storage in, because otherwise they just become a lot harder than what they need to be. So guys, hopefully that's just showed you a little bit about tailoring for all the new people out there, or people on the borderline deciding whether or not to buy it, and hopefully this has been a deciding factor in whether you do or not. So guys, thanks very much, and I'll see you next time.